We understand the assignment and our responsibilities, your style of play, your maturity. Whomever the opponent is, they're nameless, they're faceless. Anybody could get it. It don't matter how old, how young, how big, how small. When you step between the stripes of that field, you can get it. You can get it. And they got to get it.
Everybody's getting it, Spikes.
Everybody is getting it. But guess what? We on Out of Pocket, we are about to get it. We have the all-everything wide receiver from the LSU Tigers, Malik Nabers. Welcome to Out of Pocket.
Appreciate you for having me. How y'all doing?
We're doing great, man, and it gives us great joy to have you sitting down speaking to us. And you know, we're going to have some fun with this interview, but I'm going to jump right into it. I want to start with your quarterback, Jayden Daniels. What's one thing that you could share with us, and if he was to find out, he would say, you told them that?
I would say he spends absolutely way too much money on clothes, designer things, chains, diamonds, and yeah, that's it. He spends absolutely way too much money month to month.
Does he at least look good? Like, are the fits right or what?
Oh, they right. They expensive. They expensive, but they right.
I love that. Malik, we've talked a ton on this show about Jayden Daniels and potentially being in New York to receive the Heisman Trophy at the end of the season. In your opinion, why is Jayden Daniels a Heisman candidate?
You know, the tremendous work ethic that he comes with at practice. You know, he's the first one in, first person out. You know, he comes in early in the morning. With me, we go watch film at 5:30 in the morning just to get a little early. You know, a little early start to the week. So it's his work ethic that has been showing throughout the season.
All right, Malik, let's talk about you, because you've also been very fun to watch throughout the course of the season. I've heard you talk about how important it is to set goals, short-term goals,
right,
long-term goals. What are some of those that you set at the beginning of the season and now for the back half of it?
I would say I set a goal to, you know, be more explosive throughout the first 3 games. So I feel like that has accomplished. I set another goal to reach 1,000 yards. I'm pushing 19 yards away from that. I also set a goal to win the Cup this year, and that's just my long-term goal. 1,000 yards was my season goal, and then, you know, being explosive was just my inter-game, you know, goal.
We had Luther Burden on last week, and obviously yourself and him, number 1, number 2 wide receiver in the SEC when it comes to yardage. But we asked him, is it anybody that you emulate your game after? He paused for a second and was like, nah, because I am him. I'm paraphrasing. Like, I do what I do. So I'm going to ask you the same question. Is it anything that you take away from anybody else's game that you may have seen growing up that you try to incorporate into yours?
I wouldn't say I try to emulate my game after anyone growing up. I just take a lot of you know, releases or little packages from like individual players. Like, I take a lot from my individual receivers that I have in my room, like different just releases that they use. So I just pack it into just me, and I guess it's just been working.
It definitely has been working, Malik, and it feels like anytime a 50-50 ball is headed your way, that's probably a Malik Nabers ball. You make acrobatic catches every single weekend. Where does that confidence come from, and where does your ability to catch some of these passes that feel impossible for anybody else?
I feel like it's just the chip on my shoulder that I bring, you know, when I step onto the field, just a dominant mindset that I have. You know, when the ball is in the air, I just feel like it's always mine. You know, I just feel like, you know, my quarterback trusts me enough for me to make that play, and so I just come down with the ball every time he just throws the ball up to me.
Yeah, and when you do come down with that 50-50 ball and it ends up being a touchdown, bro, you have quite the dance move. So we had Alyssa Lang in here earlier trying to do, what is the squabble?
The squabble?
Yeah, the squabble.
How would you rate yours?
I actually learned that from Jayden. You know, I ain't lying. Jayden is the best squab I ever seen, but him and Kyron, they do it. They do it every day. There's a little handshake that they do before we practice. So I just got into it. I started learning the footsteps, and I guess I was just the first one to hit it when I scored.
I was going to say, how far in advance, because we see some different dance moves. It doesn't always look like the squabble. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but how far in advance are you planning what you're going to do in the end zone after a touchdown?
So me and Kyron really started in the spring. Every time we would score at practice, we would just do like a little funny dance just to get our other receivers going, just to get the energy at practice going. And it just took on from there. We just started doing different dances every week. And as we got into the season, we started seeing more and more dances as, you know, the league started going on, you know, other college players, dance moves started getting more and more popular. So we just started, you know, taking dances and just mixing them with our own stuff. Okay,
who's the worst dancer on your team?
Probably Will Campbell.
Does he just not hit it at all, or he's just bad?
Nah, he got a little few moves. You just gotta practice with him. But it's out of him and Mason Taylor. We never find nothing to get Mason Taylor a little dance moves in there. He pretty uncoordinated.
Well, maybe you might see some of the dance moves that we shared earlier. But I want to ask you this. This will be my last question for you. Earlier this past summer, you talked about, or you made mention of, you pay attention to social media and also the media when things come out, and you would take anything to use it as motivation to help fuel you for your game. Right. Give us that one thing that you saw that you didn't agree with, or maybe you did agree with, and that you took it and used it as motivation.
I believe I seen something on Twitter. It was like I was the 32nd receiver coming up in this year. So I took that personal. I was the top 5 receiver out of all Power 5. So I took both of those, and then I just used it as motivation. Like I looked at it every day, like when I woke up, before I went train. You know, it was just something that I used as motivation to just keep going.
And here you are leading the country in receiving yards right now, which has been so fun to watch. All right, Malik, before we let you go, you're on a bye week this week. Take us through what the perfect Saturday of a bye looks like for Malik Nabers.
I would say getting back, doing what I used to do, just like going paintballing, you know, with my friends, just something to just do outdoors with my friends, something different that, you know, everybody might not do. And it's also good, like, you know, endurance, like you just running around, you know, having fun, you're not really knowing. So just going paintballing with my friends, I'll probably do that this Saturday.
Just stay off of any trees, don't jump off of anything that could get you injured, and that sounds like a great day.
I'll be good.
Malik, congratulations on everything you've achieved so far this season. It was great talking to you.
Yes, man. Appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah. Thanks, Malik.